Usama bin Laden was one of the most infamous figures in modern history, known as the leader of Al-Qaeda and the mastermind behind the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. These attacks, which resulted in the deaths of nearly 3,000 people in the United States, changed the course of global security policies and led to the War on Terror. Bin Laden's influence extended beyond 9/11s, as he was responsible for orchestrating multiple terrorist attacks worldwide, making him the face of radical extremism. For nearly a decade after 9/11s, bin Laden remained the world's most wanted terrorist. Despite the extensive efforts of the United States and its allies, he managed to evade capture, reinforcing his status as an elusive and dangerous figure. Governments worldwide dedicated significant intelligence and military resources to tracking him down. Yet, he remained hidden for years. However, a critical intelligence breakthrough in 2010 changed everything, setting the stage for a mission that would bring an end to his reign of terror. In this video, we will examine the final 24 hours of Usama bin Laden, exploring the intense intelligence operation that led to his discovery, the last decisions he made, and the military raid that resulted in his death. We will uncover how the most wanted man in the world was finally located, and the dramatic series of events that led to the historic operation known as Operation Neptune Spear. The search for Usama bin Laden was one of the most extensive manhunts in history. Following the September 11th attacks, the United States launched a global effort to dismantle Al-Qaeda and capture its leader. Initial intelligence suggested that bin Laden was hiding in the mountainous regions of Afghanistan and Pakistan. In December 2001, he narrowly escaped capture in the Battle of Tora Bora, disappearing into the rugged terrain along the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. For years, the Central Intelligence Agency, along with military intelligence from the United States and its allies, worked tirelessly to track his movements. Intelligence agencies relied on satellite surveillance, intercepted communications, and interrogation of captured Al-Qaeda operatives to piece together any leads. The challenge was immense, as bin Laden used couriers instead of phones or the internet to communicate, making it extremely difficult to track his location. The breakthrough came in 2010, when the CIA identified a trusted courier known as Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a Pakistani national with direct ties to bin Laden. The agency had long suspected that tracking bin Laden's couriers could lead them to his hideout, and after years of intelligence gathering, they finally had a lead. By monitoring al-Kuwaiti's movements, they discovered an unusual high-security compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, a city just 30 miles from Islamabad. The compound was heavily fortified, with high walls, barbed wire, and no internet or telephone connections, an unusual setup that raised suspicions. The role of informants and advanced surveillance was crucial in confirming bin Laden's presence in the compound. A key informant provided intelligence that the compound housed an important Al-Qaeda figure, and satellite imagery further indicated that a tall man, matching bin Laden's description, was frequently seen walking within the perimeter. Intelligence officers called him the Pacer because of his routine walking patterns, suggesting that he was a high-value target who rarely left the building. The CIA then focused on tracking Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti more closely, following him as he moved between the compound and other locations. After months of gathering intelligence and analyzing satellite imagery, the evidence strongly suggested that Usama bin Laden was hiding in Abbottabad. The discovery of the compound's unusual security measures and the presence of a man resembling bin Laden gave U.S. officials a high degree of confidence that they had finally found their target. At this point, the United States faced a critical decision: whether to conduct a missile strike or a direct raid. A missile strike, such as a drone or airstrike, risked destroying evidence and potentially harming civilians. Additionally, if bin Laden was not at the compound during the strike, he could escape once again. Given these risks, President Barack Obama and his security team decided that a special operations raid would be the most effective option. This decision set into motion Operation Neptune Spear, the mission that would lead to bin Laden's death in the early hours of May 2, 2011. The day before the raid was marked by intense planning and high-stakes decision-making at the highest levels of the United States government. President Barack Obama, along with top officials from the Central Intelligence Agency, the Department of Defense, and the National Security Council, met to review the final details of the mission. The decision to proceed with a direct ground raid, rather than a drone strike or air assault, was based on intelligence that suggested a high-value target was inside the compound. The mission was assigned to the elite United States Naval Special Warfare Development Group, commonly known as SEAL Team 6. These highly trained operatives underwent extensive rehearsals in a replica of bin Laden's compound built at a secret U.S. base to ensure they were fully prepared for the dangerous operation ahead. On May 1, 2011, SEAL Team 6 boarded 2 modified Black Hawk helicopters and departed from Jalalabad, Afghanistan. The helicopters flew at low altitude to evade radar detection as they crossed into Pakistani airspace, reaching the target at approximately 12:30 a.m. local time on May 2, 2011. As the SEALs approached the compound, one of the helicopters encountered aerodynamic instability, forcing it to crash land inside the compound. Despite this unexpected setback, the SEALs proceeded with the operation. The team swiftly moved through the compound, breaching doors and clearing rooms. They first engaged bin Laden's couriers, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, and his brother, who were armed and fired back at the SEALs. As they advanced to the 3rd floor, they encountered Usama bin Laden in a bedroom with one of his wives. The SEALs instructed him to surrender, but fearing he might be armed or wearing a suicide vest, they shot him twice, once in the chest and once above the left eye, killing him instantly. His body was positively identified using facial recognition and later confirmed through DNA analysis. The entire operation lasted approximately 40 minutes, after which the SEALs collected intelligence materials, including hard drives, documents, and digital devices, before exiting the compound. Following the raid, bin Laden's body was transported to Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan, where further biometric testing confirmed his identity. The United States government, adhering to Islamic burial traditions, decided to bury his body at sea within 24 hours to prevent any location from becoming a martyrdom site for extremists. His body was taken aboard the USS Carl Vinson, where a brief Islamic funeral ceremony was conducted before he was buried in the North Arabian Sea. This decision was met with controversy and skepticism, with some questioning whether the U.S. should have provided more public evidence of his death. The global reaction was immediate and significant. President Barack Obama addressed the nation announcing bin Laden's death, stating, "Justice has been done." Across the United States, thousands of people gathered in Times Square, outside the White House, and at Ground Zero to celebrate the event. The operation was hailed as a historic victory in the war on terror, but it also sparked debates on national security, military intervention, and U.S.-Pakistan relations. Pakistan's government denied knowledge of bin Laden's presence in Abbottabad, but many questioned how the world's most wanted man could have lived in a high-security compound just miles away from a major military academy without detection. For al-Qaeda, the loss of its leader was a major blow, but it did not mark the end of the terrorist organization. While bin Laden's death weakened the group, other leaders, including Ayman al-Zawahiri, continued its operations. The United States intensified counter-terrorism efforts, conducting more drone strikes and intelligence missions to dismantle the remaining al-Qaeda networks. Bin Laden's death also reinforced the U.S. commitment to preventing future attacks, shaping foreign policy, military strategy, and surveillance programs for years to come. The successful operation that led to the death of Usama bin Laden was a defining moment in modern history. It demonstrated the determination, intelligence, and precision of the United States in its fight against terrorism. The raid itself became a textbook example of special operations strategy, highlighting the importance of intelligence gathering, operational secrecy, and swift execution. Bin Laden's death marked the end of an era, but it did not signify the end of global terrorism. The world continues to face new threats from evolving extremist groups. However, the operation served as a powerful message that justice will always be pursued, no matter how long it takes. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most mysterious, shocking, and pivotal events. Let us know in the comments what other historical events you would like us to cover next.